You know, it's going to be a casual video when I've got the face cam out, but I feel like it's going to help set the tone. We had community member Amie ask me about this right here, which is how I so magnificently planned the city that we're building over on Twitch, twitch.tv/ToadieZzz for City Skylines 2. I mean, it's just MS Paint, but I realized there is actually a little bit that has gone into it or whatever. So I'm going to show you guys what I think is the simplest and like most stress-free way to have a plan for City Skylines 2 so that you don't feel lost when you've suddenly got like 18 tiles to unlock and you don't know what you're going to do with them. So anyways, City Skylines 2. Have you heard of it? I will choose the map that I want to choose, which is not what this video is about. But before I go in to like actually play the map, I click on it and I go select map and I turn on unlock all and I guess unlimited money, but unlock all is the big one. And I load the map up. Then I zoom out and here's the world. The thing that's important to figure out kind of like right away is your wind direction. So if you click on the air pollution button, you can see where your wind direction is. So now that I know if my wind is going like, I'm going to call it northeast, I don't know. So that will be something to keep in mind when you're doing your industry. There's kind of two ways you can do the planning. You can either look at the map and say, okay, I'm inspired to do like XYZ with the landscaping and plan out where you're going to put your densities and all of that sort of thing first. And then from there, you work in your industries if you're going to be using your specialized industries a whole bunch. Or while you're on this map, you can click the natural resources button and it will show you the natural resources while you're on the big zoomed out map. So whichever one of these is more important for you to copy and put into your MS Paint, there's no other tool you can choose. For the sake of this video, I'm gonna grab this screenshot with Control-Alt print screen because I'm very old, and I come over here and put it in my MS Paint. Alternatively, like if you wanted your screenshot not to be so blinding white, you could take this screenshot, put it on a second monitor or whatever you have available, maybe your phone, and then just scooch out of that info view and use this screenshot to plan instead. Why don't we do that? Because I'm indecisive. So looking at my other screenshot that I've got on my other monitor, I'm gonna start color coding. I'll do blue, like this kind of gray, like, I don't know, this lazy blue. I'm calling it a lazy blue for the ore. I know I've got ore here and here, and I'm gonna make a note for myself that wind direction is this way. So I'm kind of inspired by this ore to put like industry here and make some sort of cool bridge industry pattern duber this way. I like to do my new road planning in the gray. So I don't know, we'll do a bridge here and here or something. That's a little bit weird. Maybe there. And then that'll go to this guy and they'll probably want a connection to the highway, right? So that'll be an interchange there. I also see two kind of important spots for farmland on the map. So they're going to be over here and over here. And I like the idea of having farming by the sea or the ocean or whatever. So I'm going to leave them in. And then if I don't have like a particular plan of things I want to do, I just start kind of getting inspired by what the map shows me. I am actually tempted, gonna fill in all this land. Maybe, oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me ZZZ, Control Z a whole bunch. I'm gonna leave these two lakes here. I'm gonna fill in these lands. Those two lakes can be like a pretty, I don't know, feature. So this is all landscaped in, and then I'm gonna grab this and say that really all of this is going to be low density residential. Beautiful handwriting. Now we know we need a lot of low density residential, right? So we could consider somewhere else we would want to have it put in. Let's do some more over here by this farmland. This will just all be like farmers area. So low density residential, but it's kind of like way more fun to start planning your high density, right? So I think this island looks cool for high density. So I'm gonna put HD for high def. This would be a cool island to do some high density on. I don't know why I always personally seem to see an island and think I gotta put skyscrapers on it, but putting the high density here makes me think of putting a boat route through here if there isn't one already, and having it come to a passenger boat duber here. And then I just kind of continue filtering in what I think the city's gonna need. We're gonna need some cargo shipments, so I'll probably do them there via the boat. Could even bring in like a new train line here for the industry. Could have this train line have a passenger pickup thing down here. So I'm gonna put T for train. Maybe see a little bit more industry here by this farmland. And that's probably maybe all the industry that we're gonna need, especially if this is like a giant whole hunk of industry. I don't know, and sometimes I just see something on a map and I get kind of inspired. Like I am seeing that there's this island here. I'm gonna zoom in, and if we like tidied up the edges of it and used key walls for it, so I'm just gonna do like that just means landscaping to me, and I'm gonna write down the word pretty ease like all up in here, all the way around this island, and probably like on both sides of it, right? And then now I'm picturing like bridges coming off of it, kind of like spokes. So obviously this looks like garbage as I'm planning it, right? But it's MS Paint and that's okay. I'm gonna do this, and then we would probably landscape this back here, fill that in, and then maybe this is a like a shopping area. Do you have that in CS2? Do we concentrate our commercial like that? I don't know, but I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna put like S for shopping. There would be some offices in there too, right? Sprinkle in some purple for offices. We want an international airport. Those take up like 4 tiles, so I like to plan them in advance if I can. And I really like the idea of putting it down here by this train. So I might kind of like grab these tiles, but I might do it nicer. And I'm going to write down int airport, int air. Very good. This, I kind of like the idea of, I kind of see like, I don't know, but because it's got an airport there, right? I immediately go to Toronto Airport. And then I think kind of a mix of like medium and low density residential, mostly medium, I think. I'm thinking like row houses and, you know, maybe apartment buildings or whatever. That sounds like that kind of fits in there. And with this spokes thing on this island, I'm kind of seeing maybe a whack of bridges across here as well and make this a really nice canal. I think it might be fun to add a new outside connection through the high density zone and come up this way and maybe meet that that bridge there. I've done that so awfully, but I've always wanted to try to do that whole thing where you do like a highway through a downtown skyscraper area. I've seen other people pull it off really well. I'm thinking like Flux Trance way back in the day. Please let me know in a comment below if you remember Flux Trance. And this is pretty much it. I'm gonna plan another train line that would go up here through to this industry, maybe at least through to that first industry there. And then when I've gotten to about this point, I'm kind of stumped right now for how to fill in these spaces that I haven't drawn in, right? But that's sort of fun because I'm just gonna leave them now and I'm going to see if anything comes to me as I play the game. I found 2 oil spots that are perfect for like wind direction or whatever with the industry nearby, so put them in too, and that's how I'm leaving this. So if in 3 months you see me start a new city and it starts to look something like this, you know where I got the idea. Let me know if and how you plan your cities, and if you've grabbed the game today, I hope that you love it as much as I do. Be good to each other.